Thank you. So, Sheriff Dan, how many body cams do you have in the sheriff's department that you're using?
My department does not have any body cams at this point. We do in our facility. Everything is on camera and everything is recorded and retained for a good long period of time before we get rid of those things. As far as out on the streets, in the cars, or on the individual officers, we do not have body cams.
Why is that?
One thing is the cost, and not so much just the cost of the body cam, the cost of retaining that information. And my feelings are, once you put a body cam on and start to use it, you can't shut it off. You can't say, well, I didn't have it on that day, or I forgot. You can't have any of that. It's either all or nothing. And to retain that information, I found out, because we've done some research on it, is quite expensive. And I would probably have to give up some officers and maybe some vehicles or something in order to get those body cams and to retain the information off of them.
Wow. So, has that affected your department, not having the body cams? Could they come in handy at times?
At times they could, and at other times, it's just like I say, that can be a misconception. If you every time you get out of your car, you're subject to maybe having an altercation or finding somebody breaking the law. And if you have to remember, before you get out of the car, before you do anything, if you're getting out to get a cup of coffee, you have to turn that body cam on, and that could be a downside to that. As long as we have humans doing these things, it's not an automatic thing, then there can be mistakes made.
Right. So, what kind of measures have you taken to increase accountability in your department in terms of?
Well, we have actually promoted some people to be overseers on shifts throughout the jail facility, on the shifts on the road. We've added some corporals, some sergeants, some lieutenants, all people reporting back to my chief deputy or captain and myself. That helps. There's a new HR department within the sheriff's department, which is available there if there's some complaints or some grievances, racial problems. They can always go to that human resources person, and they can not only sit and talk and give them counseling, but also arrange for any kind of a medical or a psychological type situation for those people. So that's all available to them here in San Francisco County.
If a subject claims racial discrimination, then what's the protocol there?
We would, and myself it would probably go all the way up to the captain at least, and maybe to myself, depending on if they didn't get satisfaction from coming that far up the chain of command. So that's the protocol. Go to your supervisor and go up from there.
Okay, and that's if an alleged perpetrator, someone you're apprehending or stopping, if they claim racial discrimination, then who do they go to?
They can go to anyone and move up the chain from there. We're available. I run an open door policy at the sheriff's department. If you walked in there and I'm there, you can walk in my office. Any public can, anybody can, any inmate could. If they're out of the jail cells and walking, they can walk into my office and talk to me.
Sounds good. Thank you.